All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to Yakim, pushing his word in truth and sincerity and charity. I'm the brother Abiyala coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit part of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And today's video, I want to go into, knowing that we're in the last days, man. All right. One of the key indicators is decadency, right? Where all, manner of acts, against the Lord is being done, man, right? There's no, it's a decay of this kingdom, man, the decadency, right? People, the people out here are completely ungodliness, man, right? The scriptures speak about in Revelations, it was Revelation chapter 18, and 5, it says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities." Right? So the Lord's he's remembering this. He's taking account what's going on in this place, man. Right? Because there hasn't been an empire so polluted morally and all kingdoms, right, than the one we're living today, man. Right? This is the most filthiest, unrighteous, wickedest kingdom that's ever, ruled on the earth, man. Okay. So as I was saying, man, Rome, right, had his rulership, right, and it had unrighteous decrees, right? Because Edom ruled, right? And during the time of the Greeks, it was Esau that was still ruling, and they were getting into idolatry, all right, adultery, fornication, all right, pedophilia, homosexuality, right? They had the gymnasiums where they exercised naked. It was orgies, all right, going on in the streets, all right. But it hasn't been this polluted, all right, as we see right now in Babylon the Great, aka America, man. Okay, Babylon the Great, which is prophesied to be destroyed, okay, is gonna be rewarded according to her works, man. All right. So read Revelation 18:5 again. "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High had remembered her iniquities." Right? And it tells you in the book of Tobit, right, that this type of behavior, right, because the scripture says in the latter times there should be let's get that first, man. When it speaks about perilous times, right, it also speaks about there should be men that are lovers of themselves, right? Let's get that real quick. It's the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 2. "For men should be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy." Right? I mean, so I'm gonna read verse 1. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." Right? And we're in those times right now, man. Perilous, dangerous times are ahead of us, man. And we're seeing it now, man. Violence is at an all-time high, right? We're seeing uproars of the people, war, brewing up, right? The hearts of men waxing cold. So we really see these people losing it, man, because hey, when poverty sets in, man, hey, people get desperate, right? The economy ain't looking so good now, and in times of desperation, man, people lose it. But at the same time, wickedness is exceedingly great, right? Folly has always been set up, to be in high esteem, right? It tells you, man, Folly set in great dignity. But it's even worse now, man, because all the propaganda Esau Edom is pushing towards our people, right? Towards his agenda of this whole agenda when it comes to men being women and women being men, right? And you can see that they're pushing in our children. So that's gonna cause contentions with those that are with it and those that are not with it, man. So that's really that's a prophecy being fulfilled double, man, right? Wickedness and violence, man, right, are intermixed together. Okay, it says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. And this is what the society produces. This type of behavior, man. All right. This is verse 3. Without natural affection. You see? Got this these transformers. They're being, prompted up. Okay. Like I said, man, they're pushing this on our children. They're attacking our children, man, their minds, man, through this wickedness, man. Right? And they do it in the name of loving and accepting, right? These people. Right? It says truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, man. This is what this place produces, man. All right. Let me get in the book of I think it's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14. Verse 24 says, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, right? And then because adultery is set in a high esteem in this place, man. That's part of her sins reaching unto heaven, man. Right? These women are a bunch of harlots, right? They get praised for being promiscuous, right? The men are demasculated, right? Our feminism is ruling. Okay, you got these simps that are pushing this feminist agenda, right? And that has caused our nation to be destroyed, man. All right, when our woman is out of order, there's no foundation in the house, man. The man can't do his job. He can't establish foundation because a wicked woman rooted out foundation. So the man is left, all right, without honor in the house. All right. And this goes back, a few generations back, man. Really started during the Willie Lynch letters. They gave the power unto the women, right? And they made the man docile, so that a man wouldn't be man and rise up to the occasion, rise up, man, as leaders and confound this devil Esau Edom. But guess what? Through the wisdom and power of Habashim Yashai, the Lord is raising up men, godly men. Right? We're being set in order before this devil's eyes, like the scripture says. Right? So it says, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 24, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously or grieved him by adultery. That's what these niggas do, man. They glory themselves, man. They gave each other's props for taking another man's wife, man. Right? Verse 25, so that there reign in all men without exception blood, manslaughters, theft, dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury. Right? That's been happening, right? But it's at a all-time scale now in this present evil world. That's why the sins of this place have reached unto heaven. The Lord is remembering them, man. He's going to judge this place swiftly, man, via thermonuclear destruction. And those that ain't right are going to perish with that fire, man. It says, verse 26, the disquieting of good men. Like we read, man, and Timothy's. Right? It says, despisers of those that are good, man. If you try to be a righteous man of the Lord, man, you're canceled in the society. Right? Scripture says, he that departed from wickedness maketh himself a prey. Because now you're no longer walking, you know, in the excess of rioting, man. They look at you strange for not partaking in their folly, man. They look at you strange, you know, for not eating pork, right? For growing your beard, for believing in God, man. Right? They look at you, you know, as well, the scripture says strange, man. And guess what? That makes you us a target, man. Right? The scripture says, "O Jerusalem, thou that killeth the prophets." You know, because we out there condemning, rebuking, and the gates, man. But guess what? They abhor us, man, because, you know, they know that their works are wrong. Right? The scripture says the word of the Lord is sharper than two-edged sword, man. So every time they hear this word, they get cut. And what do, man? They come against us. They scoff us to the point where they used to kill the prophets back then. Right? But hey, this time, man, the Lord is about to lift up a standard. He has his hedge over his men of the Lord. Why? Because they're denouncing this wicked, evil world that's about to be destroyed. This is the last go around, man. Right? And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai, he's gonna show his power through his men. Right? So I'm gonna continue on reading. It says verse 26, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns. Right? People be out here being ungrateful. Right? Defiling of souls, changing of kind. What's that, man? These transformers. And even this is the only society where a biological man could change his parts, right? And have a woman parts, man. And that's prophecy. Right? So it says disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness. Right? So this is what we see at a daily basis here in America, Babylon the Great. And various parts of the world, because America is that cup, man, that golden cup in the Lord's hand that's made nations drunk through the philosophies, through the wine of his fornication, man. Through the wine of her fornication, she polluted the whole world, man. Through the through her democracy, through her ideologies, right? But guess what, man? This is necessary evil, man, because the scriptures warn us that living like this, right, ungodliness resulted in what, man? And destruction, right? Look at Sodom and Gomorrah, man. It was destroyed as an example of how not to live ungodly, man. So I want to end it up with Tobit 4:13. It says, "Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren and despise not in thy heart thy brethren," because that's the second greatest commandment. Loving your neighbor with all thy heart and all thy soul, man. Because that with doing that and following the first commandment, or the first greatest commandment, which is loving Yahweh Shem Yashar with all thy heart and loving thy neighbor. By doing those, man, you fulfill the whole law. But here, they teach you in this society, they teach you the opposite, man. Right? Because that's part of the curses, man. Your eyes should be evil towards your neighbor, towards your brother. Right? But again, man, Esau has divided and conquer, man. They taught our people to hate on each other, kill each other, right? Commit adultery against each other. That's all Esau's creation, man. All right? It says, "The sons and daughters of thy people is not taking a wife of them, for in pride is destruction." That is very true, man. Pride leadeth unto destruction. Pride, those that commit pride commit iniquity. Those that are prideful are produce iniquity, man. Right? Because pride is the beginning of when one departs from its maker, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. So it says, for in pride is destruction and much trouble. And we're going to see much trouble real soon, man. People out here going days without eating, man. Eating each other. Right? Killing each other, murdering each other for the lack of bread, man. Right? You want to see family members turning on each other. Why? Because that's not really true family, man. True family is the church of Yahushua, man. Those that have fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua and keep His commandments, that have faith in the Lord, and they're gonna keep their integrity into the end, man. No matter the occasion, man. All right, because the Lord said He'll protect us, man, and keep us from that hour of temptation that should come upon the whole world, man. Which the main temptation is that the C hip, that micro C hip that's gonna be implanted, right? But it says, man, and lewdness is decay, right? And great want, for lewdness is the mother of famine. Right? There you go, man. And when you go into that word lewdness, I'll just get it real quick. I'm going to get a regular definition. It says folly, ignorance, viciousness, wickedness, lustfulness, lascivious behavior. Right? So that's what's the results of lewdness is what? Famine, man. That's where the Lord is about to suffer famine, right? And famine is going to bring what? Violence, destruction, right? Anarchy in the streets. A day like no other, like Daniel 12:1, man. Right? Now I want to just get this word decadence. Right? This is what the decay is, man. Right? Like we read in Tobit. It says lewdness is decay, wickedness is decay. Why? Because there's no righteousness being upheld in the society, man. Right? So it says decadence a process a process, condition, or period of deterioration or decline, as in morals or art decay. So in morals, man, there's a decline in morals. Why? Because of lewdness. And what is lewdness going to bring? Famine. Okay? Because all famine, violence, sword, pestilence, all those are amendment from the Lord, man, corrections from the Lord. Because wickedness has to be corrected, right? In order for righteousness to spring up, lewdness, wickedness has to be corrected, man. Like it tells you, for that good seed to be planted, the evil must be plucked out, man. The evil seed must be plucked out. All right, and we understand that harvest is the end of the world, and that sickle's on his way. Okay, so that's pretty much it, man. Right, we seen the decline of the society just by its moral behaviors, right? And things, intentions within the people are brewing up. So real soon, we're gonna see what civil unrest, civil war, right? Anarchy, okay, famine, right? People are gonna be starving out here, man. You know. So with that, Lord, this lesson was edifying to spend part Bashim Yashai. The only way to receive salvation is by taking hold in the names of Yahweh Bashim Yashai through faith and works, right? So with that, I say shalom and abad.